Hello and welcome. In previous video, we saw the institutions of the money market. In this lecture, I'll tell you about the deficiencies in the money market and what are the precautions to be taken while operating in the money market. See, no organization is hassle free, no organization is good enough, no organization is best. There is something somewhere lacking behind and we have to tackle it. So there are some deficiencies in the money market also. In today's lecture, we'll discuss them and we'll see how government is tackling this kind of problematic situation in the money market also. So the money market in India is not only underdeveloped, but it is a heterogeneous entity. Now, why I'm saying the heterogeneous entity? See, there is a something called organized and unorganized sector into the economy. Now, whenever there is imbalances between this sector, we call it a heterogeneous sector. There are some pressures working from outside the money market, from outside the economy to destabilize these kind of markets. So that's why I'm calling it a heterogeneous market. As such, it has a number of drawbacks, some of which have been enlisted below. Now I have discussed some number of drawbacks. Other than this, there are a few drawbacks also there. But here we'll see the main drawbacks, some highlighted topics which are occurring from day one only and they are still unsolved. Okay, so dichotomy. First is the dichotomy. Now Indian money market is divided into unorganized and organized and unorganized sector. As I told you, the organized sector consists of modern, well organized and scientifically operating financial institutions with the Reserve Bank of India at the apex, scheduled and non-scheduled commercial banks in the private as well as public sector banks, foreign banks, post office saving banks, and cooperative banks. See, organized sector stands for where the organization of things taken place. That is RBI, some private banks. Where here scientific methods are being adapted. That is the computerization of the system, digitalization of the system, organization of funds, distribution of funds in an organized way are taken place. But in unorganized sector, widely scattered things are happening. Indigenous bank called the Saurabhs, Multanis, Khatris, Chettiyars, and others. They are, we can say that they are the private saukars, money lenders, cheat funds, etc. Now, cheat funds are not an organized sector; they are the part of unorganized sector where the illegal things of related with the money takes place. This unorganized sector part lacks scientific organization, being orthodox in approach, stagnant and ill organized. See, whenever there is an inorganization in the system, there is a loophole, there is a fraudulent way of trading takes place, and this could cause a big harm for the money market only. So this kind of dichotomy, this kind of double standard marketing takes place, and this is why the money market is lagging behind the standard market around the world. Okay, so this was the dichotomy into the market. Now second point is the lack of coordination. Now the coordination is the key cause of destabilization in the money market. There is a very small amount of coordination exists between organized and unorganized sector. Okay, so despite of efforts taken by the RBI, results are not satisfactory. That RBI is still trying to maintain the stabilization. RBI is still trying to bring these two sectors, that is organized and unorganized sector, together. And but I don't see any kind of things happening here. We can say that unorganized sector is still carrying its own way of trading into the money market. It causes the unbalances in the function of the market. So lack of coordination is the very important point here to note. Now the third point is the divergence of lending rates and policies. Here see, due to lack of homogeneity in the composition of the Indian market, there is a wide divergence not only in the structure of interest rate but also in the lending policies of different financial institutions. Money lenders especially charge exorbitant rates of interest and lend mainly for unproductive purposes. See, money market involves the banking sector in the most of the cases. Here, but unorganized sector involves some private kind of lenders whose main motive is to uh, grab a huge amount of profit. So they don't care whether they are lending to some productive purposes or for the unproductive purposes, and this causes a big harm and a big hurdle into the function of the money market, where the trading doesn't takes place in a grouped way or in a homogeneous way. So this lack of homogeneity into the organized and unorganized sector is creating a very huge problem before the money market. Now lending rates is also the key cause, where the lending rate of the private kind of institutions are so high, but their policies are so lucrative that people get trapped into their policies, and due to it the divergence of policies and lending rate takes place. Okay, so this is a very important problem to be notified here. Now inadequate control by the Reserve Bank of India. Now what are the inadequate control? See, Reserve Bank of India is just a monitoring body, is a regulating body, but it cannot tell bank whether you will do this or you will do that. After the abolition of the managed interest rate or the uh, administered interest rate in 1991, Reserve Bank of India has reduced its role into the operation of the banking sector. Instead of this, RBI only acts as a monetary body or the regulating body, but it does not necessarily interfere into the functioning of those banks actually. Okay, so which is a quite large in the size, plays a significant role in the rural finance, because as I told you, the money market is not operating in the rural area. It only operates in some big cities of the India, but due to this, the rural area is not taking necessary participation into the operations of the money market. Okay, now other deficiencies such as inelasticity and instability, underdeveloped bill market. Now why underdeveloped bill market is important? See, bills are created for the raising of funds, but if the people are not ready to accept that bill, then this will not cause any kind of change into the bills market. And so the people who are present there, people who have the monopoly in the market, will be only the party in operating operations of the money market only. So this underdevelopment of the bill market is the issue. Improper care of rural fund finance. See, as I told you, the rural area people are not participating into the money market, and so the funds lying into the rural area are not getting their way into the mainstream of the money market. No bankers acceptance. So, some bankers are also not ready to accept the money market policies and the bills, they are not ready to invest into the bills market. Blending of lending and trading activities. See, some lending and trading activities are mixed together, that some banks lend on behalf of trading, like some banks lend their profit to trade. Okay, now whether if the lending goes on a wrong way, whether the person to whom the banks have lended their profits cheats with the bank, then the bank find itself into the some horrible situation where the repayment of the funds of the people becomes a impossible way. Okay, so banking gap is also the very important point here. And small working funds, some banks have very small working funds left with them after reducing the SLR and CRR kind of thing. See, many banks are required to not many, all banks are required to keep some SLR and CRR a portion of out of their funds, because to meet the some necessary or the some unexpected situations into the operations. Okay, so after keeping aside this SLR and CRR, banks are left with very few fund, and due to this few fund, they are not ready to invest their surplus funds into the money market. So these are some deficiencies lying around the money market. I told you that money market, no market is a best enough market. There is always some loopholes lying around those market, but we have to solve them. We have to come with the new ideas to for the operations of the betterment. Okay, so this was all about today's lecture. I hope you have understood. In next topic I'll be teaching you the reforms in the Indian money market. I hope you have understood it. Please go and study it, as it's not possible to deliver all topics into one lecture. I'm also bounded by time. I'm also bounded by other activities. So I hope that you will read it. If you have any problem, then you can contact me on my Gmail ID, which is saurabh@kthmcollege.ac.in. So please contact me there. And in next lecture, I'll be giving you the assignment. So please watch all the lectures carefully, and those assignment will be based upon that previous lectures only. Okay. So till then, take care. Stay healthy, stay fit. Thank you. Bye bye.